What in the world am I doing to my theater again?
Wow!
So, palakpakan! Let's clap. Let's put our hands together. She actually understood the whole thing that I was doing and trying to improve the cinema.
Yeah, so...
Wow! Parang I don't have to talk na. You're explaining everything na. Well, thanks for watching our first video on our review of the all-new Tuscany Valencia seats. But for this video, I will be talking with a professional. He's a acoustical engineer, and he had a very big hand in the improvement of our home theater. Acoustical treatment. Boom, it's a mess. What's up, Wayne? Okay, a lot of people might be wondering, what in the world am I doing to my theater again? It looked okay before. It took about 2 to 3 weeks for Wayne Pamposa and Otto Rio Cinema to complete all of the acoustics and the improvements. We were able to add 5 more speakers. So this home theater is actually a 12.4.8 all JTR system.
I'm excited to hear your new speakers and how everything has been placed and improved.
Yes.
Because I know that it was acoustically dead.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Which you didn't notice.
Yeah.
But then of course you got a professional
Yeah.
to check your theater and to see if your sounds are good. Because Doug has invested a lot on his speakers and
It's one of my hobbies.
it's one of his hobbies.
We had to discuss a lot of things about a lot of technical things, the speakers, placements, seats, the wavelength of the speaker sound, and all of that which I can't really understand. And I'll be sitting down with him and explain what kind of improvement he needed to do, because for me, I thought my theater was all set before, but apparently he told me, "Sir, your home theater is nice, but it's acoustically dead." So without further ado, I'm gonna call him up and we're gonna sit down for a little chat, okay? So Wayne, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Okay, so so that we can be heard, can stay at the edge,
Okay.
and then I will stay here. Okay, para meron tayong social distancing while we talk. Sige, can stay there. Okay, so guys, this is Wayne Pamposa of Otto Rio Home Cinema Design. He is actually one of the few, I would say, in the world that can calibrate the way your home theater is supposed to be, right? Can you say something about Otto Rio Home Cinema Designs?
Well, we design and build ultra high-end home theater, sir.
Ultra high, but only ultra high end?
Yes, sir. We focus on that.
That's their market.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what we usually do for our clients. Our approach to designing and building home theaters are totally scientific, and we use the science and engineering of acoustics
Okay.
to design a proper home theater for our clients.
Awesome. So you do everything from ground up. You can design 3D, and then the acoustics, and then you can also build.
Yes.
So
We
all in
build it
one.
for our clients, yes.
You guys are based from where?
From Bacolod, sir, right
From
now.
Bacolod. See, that's why they had to be quarantined near our house, so that when they work on our cinema, point A to point B kind of setup, to keep the household safe. Grabe what we did.
Yes, sir.
Diba? I thought when we moved in here the first time, I thought everything was nice, but my golly, did Wayne woke me up. I remember you told me, "Sir, maganda theater nyo, but it's acoustically dead."
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that it's very absorptive. Everything
Okay.
is absorbed.
Okay.
And when it's acoustically dead, the high frequencies and the middle frequencies, which are supposed to be heard,
Okay.
they become dead. Hindi siya marinig.
Okay. This is fully calibrated right now compared to before, and we had to redo the wirings at the back. We put a new tower for all the equipment, right? So Wayne and Otto Rio Home Cinema Design, they can do all of that for you guys. What were the initial things that you noticed yung una nung clips pa yung speakers ko?
Well, that would be the placement of your speakers, sir.
Placement. My golly, isn't that such a basic thing? I don't know if you'll watch our home tour video, my speakers were above.
Yeah.
Diba? That the first placement of speakers house, and he told me, sir, you're not naman gonna watch and listen to a car that drives by. It's supposed to be like this, but now it's on top, diba? So in terms of like improvement for sound quality, that helped.
Yes.
And would you say that that's one of the most important things?
Yes, basically, sir. It's one of the most basic principles of home theater design, that you put the speakers on the right placement.
Okay.
That doesn't only include the placement here in the floor plan, but rather also the correct height for it, so that you'll get the correct height.
So you mentioned how important it is for speaker placement,
Yes.
and how that's probably the first step, you would say?
Yes, sir. One of the most critical things kasi in a home theater are the placement of the seats and the placement of the speakers.
Okay. Okay, great. So that was a wake-up call for me. And next thing that we did, this was actually when Wayne and Clint of Otterreel came here a few months ago.
Yes, sir.
Right? That was actually just the first step in improving my home theater. And he told me that they needed a little more time because we needed to open up we changed the fabric. This is my old one. So these are the foams, diba?
Yes.
These are the foams that were inserted at the back part behind the fabric, right? And obviously this absorbs too much, right?
Yes, and all frequencies.
And what did we change it to? What do you call this?
This is fiberglass insulation, sir.
Fiberglass. So this is better for...
Yeah, better for absorption.
Okay.
And we also redesigned the acoustics of your theater.
Yeah. Okay, so those are obviously newly in place na.
Yeah.
Okay, and also even the fabric plays a big role, correct?
Yes.
The fabric that covers it. Okay.
Yeah, it needs to be acoustically transparent
Okay.
so that tagos yung
Yun,
sound
yun.
sa fabric.
It looks similar, but it's actually very different once you take a closer look, no?
And we made custom acoustical panels for you. Not
Okay.
just fiberglass, but also the correct materials for the combo panels and everything needed for your theater.
So basically we acoustically remodeled the whole theater
Yes, sir.
this time around.
Yes, we changed the acoustics of the whole theater.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you cannot maximize the speakers if your padding of your theater is not good.
Wow!
So, see-
Palakpakan! Let's clap. Let's put our hands together. She actually understood the whole thing that I was doing and trying to improve the cinema.
Yeah, so
Wow.
now I need to hear how the speakers sound, because if you look at it, it looks so overwhelming. Oh my goodness, so much speakers around. But I want to see how the team of Wayne
Yeah.
did it, because good speakers doesn't mean loud and eardrums bleeding to death, right?
Parang I don't have to talk na. You're explaining
So,
everything na.
so, for somebody who doesn't really like loud music or loud movies, I would like to see how
This will
he was
sound
able to, maximize all the speakers and make it sound good together.
And FYI, we did a demo already of movies and music, and yeah, you're right. It's night and day difference. With the help of, we added five more speakers. So we have in total 12. How do you call it? 12 speakers
On the bed layer.
on the bed layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 here, and then we have 4 subs, 2 front, 2 at the rear, and then we have 8 ceiling Atmos, so 12.4.8. And obviously not all processors can handle, how many channels is that? 24.
That's 24.
24 channels, diba? I mean, people are used to Marantz, people are used to Denon, and there's only a handful of processors that can really process 24 channels and above. If top 2 in the market or in the world, ano yung mga processor na pwedeng mag-mix ng kanyang kadaming speakers?
Well, currently, Trinov is the only one that can do 32 channels.
Trinov. So you have Trinov from France.
Yes, sir. Also, Storm Audio
Storm Audio.
can do 24 channels. JBL Synthesis
JBL.
processors. They can
Okay.
also do that.
And And so that's 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
It's 3 of them.
it's not that much.
Yeah, there are only a few processors in the world.
Okay, so it's very rare, in other words, to get a mixer or a processor that can handle all of these channels. And what is the Mount Everest?
Yeah, it's Trinov, definitely. It's the number 1
So
processor.
Trinov. So okay, so yeah, we're using Trinov here in the home theater.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've heard a lot of theaters.
Yes, sir.
So-
yeah.
Grade.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best I've heard so far.
It's music to
Yeah.
my ears.
Yeah. JDR speakers are good. They can be narrow in their dispersion.
Okay.
Yeah, but with the proper acoustics, which is really the number 1 thing
Mhm.
that you need to do when you have a home theater. That and the best processor in the world, I would say it's really, really great. It's awesome. It sounded spectacular to me when
Yeah.
I tested it.
Yeah, so we watched certain scenes like Hacksaw Ridge, and I remember using my old processor, and it was nice. But in order for us to really maximize the nuances, the details, it really popped when we were watching it this time with the new speaker placement. Parang it's gapless now,
Yes.
the music. And I remember 2 words that you also said to me.
Yeah.
What's the word? High resolution. And I didn't even know what that was when Wayne told me, "Sir, your home theater will be a high resolution cinema." What's that?
You won't really understand it until you experience it.
Ang daya.
Yeah, there's just no gap in the movement of the sound. The sound field is really buo. It's seamless. Yeah, that's how I describe it. And when it moves, when the sound moves or pans, the imaging is just razor sharp.
Yeah.
And you can feel it that's really there instead of just stuff out there
Yeah.
surrounds. But when it's moving, you can really feel that it's there.
Yeah, agree. So yeah, I told Wayne, I'm very specific with the bass.
Yes.
So I said, I don't want to hear it, I want to feel it. So if there's a bomb, I want to feel. If there's a bullet, I want to feel the bullet. And without compromising the mids, the vocals, everything was just really beautiful. It's hard to describe, but for those who want to understand what a high resolution cinema is basically, if you have a traditional looking TV, you have standard definition, then you have full definition. Or pwede pa 720p, just HD. You add more pixels, right? So smaller pixels combined into a small area will be more detailed. So now you go from 720 to 1080 full HD, you add more pixels, the picture becomes clearer. And then now you have 4K. So now more pixels, it's more detailed. So in the same concept for a high resolution cinema, you have more speakers placed strategically around the home cinema, and now you get a high resolution cinema. Yeah, so is endgame a myth? Kasi yun parang ang ganda na ng home theater, but is it you've designed so many home theaters and upgrades, and parang is it ever gonna end? So is that a myth? Is endgame it is?
It does end.
It does end.
Yeah, it does end.
But at least with something like this, am I secure for the next 5 years?
That depends on you, sir.
That's. I'm happy. I'm really happy with this. I don't know how else that you can improve something like this. But yeah, so endgame is a myth. They said JTRs are endgame speakers for a lot of enthusiasts. Trinov and different kind of amplifiers and Blu-ray 4K players, but technology kasi evolves, right?
Yeah.
And there's always gonna be a better driver, there's always gonna be a better processor. So all we can do, guys, is just future-proof
Yeah, just future.
for a few years, future-proof,
Yeah.
diba? Okay, so any other reactions or anything you wanna share?
Well, wala na naman, sir. Just that, I'm really glad that you asked me to help you. Yeah. Bring your theater to the end game.
Yes. Thank you so much, Wayne. And he told me, "Sir, next time mag-build ka ng next home theater mo, he can do everything a lot better than what I did. Because for me, I remember doing all of this step by step. I think this is okay like this, the height, and parang there's just too much improvement step by step instead of doing it na here, hire Wayne Pamposa and his team from Auto Ryu. Amazing work. Thank you guys. And they will just do all of the measurements in one go, suggest the best speakers for their budget, right? And depending also on the size of your home theater. So he's the man. So that's it. So thanks for watching our part 2 of our home theater acoustics upgrade. We hope that you learned something, because I did. You know, I'm a speaker, a home theater enthusiast. Speakers, it's one of my hobbies. I love listening to music and movies. So I'm glad you came into the picture here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.